I'm curious, do you feel like there's any bands or artists that didn't get enough credit in your opinion or deserved more success or recognition?
I think people should give a lot of love to Cardinal Official.
Mm.
I think Cardinal Official, as a Toronto kid, representing the way I grew up in neighborhoods that were very Caribbean. The way he represented Caribbeans, Jamaicans, how interesting his music was. Cardinal, Chaos, Mishi Me, Chauclair, Socrates, that era, that era of hip hop in, you know, Canada was incredible. And they really paved the way. Mishi Me was the first hip hop artist, I believe, from Canada to get a record deal in the United States. Of course, Maestro, the coach, the legend, the teacher. So I think that era. The bands that there's a band from the 905 called Grade that I think were world class, signed to Victory Records, so they got some love in their genre. Protest the Hero, Alexis on Fire, they found their audience. So yeah, there are just so many of those artists that from that late 90s, early 2000s. Masari is dope. Another great artist. So there's Watchmen were great songwriters. Uh, they were really great songwriters. We have great songwriters coming out of Canada. I remember when Nelly Furtado was driving around the U.S. in her van in her jean vintage skirt, just playing with an electric guitar, building it. Somebody, Amber in there mentioned Crownlands. Watch Crownlands. Watch what they're doing. I think they're going to get lots of stuff. Now, the best band from Canada ever, for me, is a band called Propagandy from Winnipeg. They're the most impactful band, Propagandy, in my life. And those who know. But they should get talked about in a much bigger way. And there's a band from Vancouver called DOA, a punk band that in the punk circles, we know and love them. But they changed the game because they were the first ones to write down the numbers really of a list of what city you would go to and what venue you would call and how you would tour. So all the SoCal punk bands back in the day would get that list from DOA, and that helped create the touring system for punk and hardcore that didn't get any support at all. So those cats like DOA, they didn't just have great music that they should be celebrated for, but they had impact on the business in a way that they don't get enough credit for. But I mean, the punk bands will shout them out. They'll talk about them.